Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here at Anna Salvador's studio and she has graciously agreed to give us a studio tour. So we are going to go in and we're going to see where all the magic happens and where you create your fabulous dolls. So let's step right in and tell us, Anna, about this table up against the window.
Well, that's the table, the little table that I use to paint and sculpt. It has a very good light from the window, so this is my creative spot.
Is this all the paintbrushes and stuff you use to actually do face-ups and things?
Some of the paintbrushes I have more in a closet.
That's really cool.
And I have my paints in a closet, so everything is a little bit behind doors there.
It's just so fascinating for me to see where the dolls are actually painted and sculpted, like here at this work table.
Yeah, you can see I work with porcelain too, because this is from the wet porcelain that creates this damage on my table, but I don't mind because
it's a working table.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be perfect.
It shouldn't be perfect if you've been working on it. So next we just talked about porcelain. What is this here?
That's my kiln. That's where all the magic happens with the porcelain. That's where the clay becomes a little bit like that glass porcelain look that I love so much for my dolls.
In my mind, I've always imagined a kiln would be huge, but this is not that big.
No, you have huge kilns, and this is a small kiln.
That's really cool.
And it heats up to 1260 degrees.
Economy, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually quite handy because you can just connect it to a normal electricity
outlet. That's really neat.
Yeah. And I work in small sizes, so I don't need a big kiln.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So now let's take a look at the magical things that are behind these closet doors. I'm going to step out of the way so that...
So this is the closet where I hide my resin dolls because they cannot get sunlight. At least I try not to put them in direct sunlight, of course. And this is a bunch of paints and materials, and this is mohair for the wigs. Here I have lots of fabrics and sandpaper and all kind of stuff everywhere. The Mr. Super
Clear, yeah. All that fun stuff.
Everything. So every time I finish a doll, I put the doll here until I ship it.
Until you ship it off. So that's where that's their temporary home until they're ready to go. Wow. That's so cool. And the little polymer clay.
Yes.
They're polymer clay, right?
They are. They're one of a kind. They're hand sculpted from polymer clay and painted with Genesis paints. This is this is the paint I use, Genesis.
Does that get baked on paint?
It bakes in the oven, in a normal oven, not on the kiln, but and then it's like an oil paint, and it dries when you put it on the heat, on a 130 degrees.
Oh, cool.
Oven for 7 minutes, so it's a very short fire.
I should have asked you that when we were doing the artist interview. I didn't think about. Do you maybe you know this and maybe you don't, but you know your polymer clay creations are really, really sought after. People are crazy about them. They're they're so cool. They're really neat just to have that little hand created piece of art like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a few of them for your eye candy, guys. There they are. All right. So next we're gonna look behind the next set of closet doors.
This is my secret spot for dolls that are a little bit sad dolls. These are waiting to be restored. I buy some antique dolls, that's my hobby, and then I restore them. And these are shoes and glass eyes for my resin dolls are here. This is a mess that I understand.
Yeah, it's her project. I think every doll collector has project dolls somewhere in their house, and so it's so cool. You know what else is cool is that you're a doll maker, but you're also a doll collector, because there are a lot of doll makers, we were talking about this earlier, that are not doll collectors, and when you have a doll maker that also collects, you kind of understand the mentality of the customer. Basically, you understand our mentality. So when I came in and I saw these dolls, I was like, oh, this is so cool that she does this. And you're gonna see some of her restored dolls here in a minute.
I like to restore antique dolls. These are dolls that I don't know. Some of them maybe I will just not be able to do anything for them, but some of them I try to save.
That's so cool.
And then here I have lots of laces and fabrics, all kind of stuff.
Is that the porcelain down there on the bottom right?
Yes, this is my porcelain. Yeah.
That's so cool.
And this is the polymer clay, where the polymer clay is.
Wow.
Stitched.
That's
Oh, and those are for the plaster I use.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for mold making.
For mold making, and that's. I think I took some photos on Facebook where I saw the wooden. I have to make this kind of wooden box where I pour the plaster in, and it has to be very well sealed with clay so that the plaster doesn't pour
leak out.
It's difficult to explain. But anyway, that's my plaster making supply.
That's cool. That's so cool. All right, do we have another door we get to peek behind here?
Yes. So
and these are
these are little dresses that I'm finishing for new orders.
Wow.
So I have lots of them because these are for the new Peggies and that are coming.
Oh, that's right, because the Peggies are coming.
These are little socks. So I have a lot of stuff.
A couple of friends of mine have some Peggies coming, and I know they're very excited.
This is a handmade wig.
Is that for Dorothy?
Yeah, it could fit Dorothy. And these are porcelain pieces. These are my plaster molds.
Wow.
Everywhere. More porcelain there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Let's see now this one.
It's behind that. More molds?
Oh, this is a doll that I'm restoring. She's antique.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is my China paints here.
Mm-hmm.
This is my China paint corner. These are the sponges I use to clean porcelain.
Wow.
So when the porcelain is after it comes out of the oven, soft fire, then I sand it with this.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and this is for to make the eye sockets on the porcelain.
Oh wow!
So you have to put this inside the head, and then you kind of carve with the size of the eye you want for the head.
While the porcelain is still in that soft.
Yes.
That's cool.
So you make behind the head inside because the head is hollow. So you put it inside, and then you make the shape for the eye.
That's so neat. So now we're going to talk about this wall here, which is just so fascinating to me. So can you tell us about the artwork on the wall, and then we'll talk about the dolls in the cabinet here.
Yes, of course. So I restore dolls, antique dolls. So these are dolls that I saved and restored. These are Santos. They're not really dolls, more like from
religious.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can find this one is missing parts, but I'm working on it. And in here I have some of my tiny dolls that I collected. This is one of my favorite dolls from Iki, all made in silver.
I was telling her earlier that doll collectors love to know what other doll artists like to collect. It's like knowing what your favorite band listens to. I love that you have one of these because I've got one on order. So it's so cool to know that one of my favorite doll artists has the same doll. Like I have one of those same dolls on order. But
this artist is extremely talented.
Incredible,
the scale and the detail and the material.
Right.
I never seen anything so in silver.
So delicate and
so
really outstanding work.
It
makes me more excited to get mine.
It's a piece of jewelry. You can wear it. It's like you can put it on a necklace. I love it.
I plan to wear mine whenever I get it.
That's
so cool.
It's really beautiful. So in here I have some of my googlies. I love googly dolls, so I collect them. Some of them were restored, and some of them these are artist dolls from a Russian artist. This is a Linda Macario doll. We traded dolls.
That's so cool.
These are Cupies. And I get inspired by googlies. I like history, art history, and I like the history of the dolls and the evolution of the aesthetics of the dolls. So it fascinates me what people used to find cute for a doll. And nowadays the aesthetics are so different. But I think it's good to see
And you said
how
Jenny is inspired by.
Yes, I not literally, but I like the faces, the watermelon mouse. I love that Googlies have this very smiley mouth, and I tried that on my Jenny a little bit.
And then you see the fabric stash down here for all the beautiful clothes that you make.
And sometimes the fabrics, people ask me the same fabric for many dresses, and then I only have a small quantity, and then I cannot find it anymore. So as you see, I have many different patterns, but all in small quantities.
That's what makes your doll so special too, though, is because it's really, you know, it's not a mass-produced thing. It's something like in very small production. Let's talk about the artwork. I noticed. Are these Dilka Bear? I think
they are.
That's cool.
She's one of my inspirations, together with Nicoletta Secoli. That's over there.
Check out Nicoletta. That's cool.
So I got and Mark Ryden. I don't know if you know that artist. I have some postcards of his work there.
He's here.
So those, I like to surround myself in my atelier with artists and that inspire me, and pieces that inspire me. And these are some of the
These
pieces.
are really cool to me.
These are antique. Yeah, I think 18th or 19th century.
That's crazy.
I love portraits. And the portraits also are an inspiration for me because I love faces. I like to look at people's face and the lines of the nose and the eyes, the expressions. They're also part of the inspiration for my work.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's so exciting to like be in this space that you have where you're taking your inspiration and where all this stuff is. So I'm just taking it all in. All right, we got one last wall to look at. All right, this part is very exciting too. We're gonna see what the doll maker collects. So we're gonna take a look at this wall, and if you would just kind of tell us about each shelf here.
I hope I remember all the names of the artists. I like so many different artists, and I feel like my collection is never complete, and sometimes it's changing also. So I have here some primitive, I don't know if I should call them primitives, but they are very age-like teddy bears. And this is
cool.
a Wendy Megger. This is Julianne Martinez from France, one of my favorite artists. These two are from Russian artists. Also the bunny over there is from a Russian artist. I don't recall the name of the artist. I bought them many years ago. And these postcards are from Sandra Arteaga from Spain. I also love her work. And these are inspired in the dolls she makes. She makes amazing dolls.
That's really cool.
And also drawings. She's an amazing artist. So here we have these two dolls are also Julianne Martinez. So I was very happy that he also appreciates what I do. So we could exchange works. That's always an advantage of being a doll artist. Sometimes you can. I also exchange this beautiful doll.
It's a Bulby doll.
Exactly. Bulby
and you know
doll.
what's cool about you did that doll, right?
I did. We exchanged blank dolls, and she got an Emily from me.
Yeah.
And I got this one, and then I customized the doll.
I think it's so cool to see an artist customize another artist's work. To me, that is just like mind-blowingly awesome. It's just so cool to see your interpretation on that doll, because there's a lot of people that customize dolls, but there's not a lot of doll makers that make their own dolls like you do and then customize somebody else's doll that you actually get to see. So it's like cool that you're sharing that with us. I think it's just such a neat thing to see that. So anyway,
I have to add, this one is Anita Collins doll. I love her work also. She makes very realistic original sculpture. This is one of a kind.
See, I'm learning
polymer clay sculpture doll. Wow. And I just think she's enormously talented. So also a little bit of an exchange.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then we have, what is this fun shelf?
So this one is a mix of things. Again, Julianne Martinez. You can tell that we exchange a lot of dolls again.
That's great.
So this is a phenomenal doll. This doll is all articulated, by the way.
Oh,
it's
wow.
one of a kind.
Okay.
All articulated. She's a ball jointed doll. I love this set. It so almost seems like a prop from a movie.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
But I think she's amazing.
She is very cool.
It's one of my favorite. And this is a real doll. These three dolls. But this one lost in the Brugge in the show from Wonderland of Play.
Yeah. The show I missed.
This is from Kardashiki.
Oh,
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. This one I forgot.
Are they called Jelly? No.
The name Jerry Berry. Jerry Berry. That's it.
Yeah. I was gonna say Jelly Belly, but that's a candy we have in the States. I knew that wasn't right.
And these are Campbell soup dolls. These are from the 30s or the 20s. Yeah. They're very old. I think this one is more recent, and this one is one of the first Campbell soup dolls.
That's so cool.
And they're in composition. I think these dolls are inspiration for so many of modern dolls. I think there's one doll out there that is very popular from Roger Dolls. And I look at the face of Roger Doll and I see the Campbell Kid inspiration.
Yes, I didn't think about that until you just said it. That's Q-Baby, the Q-Baby. Yes.
But that's what I mean. Yes. I think the antique dolls are such an inspiration for, and it doesn't mean you have to copy them, but you can get inspired.
Get the inspiration from it. Yeah.
So I love these Campbell soup dolls.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and this one is from a Chinese. I forgot the name again. I'm so sorry. It's very sweet. You also can see the inspiration a little bit.
There. Yeah. You've got one of the Muñecas too from, I have some of those from, oh gosh. Mary Doll Round makes those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. I forget all the names.
I do the same thing when I'm going through. It's like they're on the tip of your tongue, but when you're filming, it can kind of make you like, you kind of stall out and forget. But check out those. So when I came in, the first thing I saw these, and I was like, oh, you have these beautiful antique dolls, and then tell us the story.
Well, these are extremely expensive dolls. They are Kessner dolls. 221 JDK, I'm not sure, so something like that. But they're very, if you Google them, a Kessner googly doll, you probably see these dolls, and they are very expensive if they are original antique dolls. What I did was that I bought the antique bodies that are normally used for, they used to use these bodies for these dolls. These are antiques. But then I bought the head in porcelain and I painted it. And I kind of reproduced these dolls that I could not afford.
Right. And when I walked in, like, I'm not an antiques expert, but they look so... I've seen a lot of these in person. They look like the real deal. Like, I saw them, I was like, wow, these are amazing. Yeah. They're absolutely amazing.
Yeah, this stay in my collection because I love them. But, and these are antique, these three.
The Q-piece?
The Q-piece, yeah. This one is damaged. Cool. This one is not antique, but I was very lucky to find the composition jointed body for it.
Thank you very much for giving us this behind-the-scenes peek at where you create and your art space and your inspiration behind your works. It's just, for collectors like me, this is like a dream come true to see this kind of thing. So thank you for that, and we just really appreciate it so much. And
thank you for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, make sure, I'm going to link all of her information in the video comments below. Make sure to watch our interview if you haven't done that already, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye. I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons from Patreon: Lindsay S., Leah W., Doreen Z., Janice H., Mercedes W., Cindy K., Bear Sunflower, Diane B., Kelly L., Cindy L., Krista R., Shorna R., Shira Star Hobby, Stephanie W., Jessica S., Ray M., Asia C., Shalane C., Penny P., Louisa's Knickknacks, and Marty G. Your support means so much to me and helps me continue bringing you great dolly content. For more information on how you can become a supporter of this channel, check the link in the video description. Thank you so much for watching.